Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Danielle, and today, y'all already know what it is, okay? I know y'all came here for the tea, y'all mad nosy, y'all right? But I'm gonna give you what you came for, okay? So we are going to be talking about how I spent my stimulus check. Okay, I want you all to journey back in time with me to that beautiful Wednesday when we received our Stimmy. Now, I don't know where you were, but honey, as for me and myself, I was at home, okay? I was working, and I opened my account, right? And lo and behold, a whole $1,400 signed from Uncle Sam was in my account. And so, the very first thing that I decided to do was tithe. Now, I know that a lot of people might be like, tithe, like what is that? And other people might be like, girl, you tithe, why would you do that? But let me just break it down for you real quick. I'm not gonna go too in depth with it, but some of you may know this. I am a woman of faith, hallelujah. I have a beautiful, loving relationship with God. And so I do believe in the principle of tithing, which is essentially just giving 10% of your money back to God. And the reason why I do that is because I believe that it's all God's money in the first place. Like, yes, I may have went out and like physically been the one to work myself, but at the end of the day, like, God's the one who woke me up in the morning. He's the one that put all of the gifts and talents inside of me to be able to do the work that I do. And so I think that the least that I can do is give him back 10% of my money. Speaking of giving, the second thing that I decided to do with my nice Stimmy check was set aside $40 to give to people in need. Recently, I decided to do this new thing with my finances where whenever I get any sort of income, after I do my tithes, I take 3% of whatever is left and set it aside to give back to others. And the reason that I did this is because I really want giving to become something that's like automatic to me. I just want it to be like my second nature. And so for me personally, it's just easier to say, all right, whatever income that I get, I'm just gonna take a certain percentage of it automatically, set it aside, put it in a fund, and that way, you know, whether I run across a homeless person on the street or whether there's you know, a certain charity or organization that I want to donate to, I'll always have the funds to be able to help whoever may be in need. The third thing that I spent the majority of my money on is student loans. I know, sad. I wish I didn't have to give so much money back to the government, but you know what? It's all right. It's just, it is what it is, all right? So I ended up paying $650 towards the principal of one of my student loans. I'm currently working on paying off this specific loan completely by September, which is right before the interest rates are supposed to kick back in. So I'm being very, very strategic, and I guess you could say I'm taking an aggressive to like moderately aggressive approach to paying off my student loans. So that is definitely where the largest chunk of money from my Stimmy ended up going. Also, comment below if you're someone like me and you're in a similar situation where you have student loan debt or maybe credit card debt, car debt, any sort of debt, and you were like, you know what, I'm gonna be responsible and take this extra money that I got, and instead of spending it on something frivolous, I'm gonna put it towards that debt. I just wanna say, if that's you, definitely make sure that you keep going. Like, we are going to be out of this debt eventually. It is not a forever thing, and we're gonna get there, all right? I'm in it with you. The next thing that I decided to do with my money, honey, is split $400 up between my individual sinking fund accounts. I have 4 different sinking funds, and I'm just gonna go ahead and name off to you what I have and explain a little bit about them. So the very first fund that I have is for my future apartment. So I just went ahead and plopped $100 into that account. As much as I love my parents, shout out to you, Mom, because I know you're watching, and I love living in their house rent-free, okay? I have to acknowledge that I can't stay here until like I get married and move out. Although we could talk about it, Mom and Dad, if you want to. Let's talk later. I'm kidding. Yeah, so I am just saving up for my future apartment, and yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't really need to explain that because kind of self-explanatory. So moving on to the next one. The next sinking fund that I have is for travel. So I am very excited about traveling, especially as we begin to exit this whole phase of COVID. Like, I'm just excited to just see the world, to see more of the country. So I put $100 in this account as well. And then the next one I have is for my car. So this fund is specifically for my baby girl Sparky and any and all needs that she may have. So obviously, you know, when you have a car, you got to get an oil change. You sometimes have to change your tires, and sometimes there's other like random problems that come up with your car and you need the money to fix it. So for me, I was just like, you know what? Let me start just a little account so that anytime anything comes up with my car, I can just dig into that and I don't have to worry about like finding the extra funds elsewhere. Also, y'all, okay, listen, tell me why last year I paid over $350 to get my plates renewed. Can anyone tell me? Anyone? In the back? You? Green pillow? You? Lamp? Anyone? Anyone out there? I can't either, okay? I don't know why I paid so much money. It blows my mind. But you know, it is what it is. On to the last thing. All right, so this last sinking fund that I added $100 to is for my wedding fund. Huh? No, I do not have a fiance. No, I do not have any suitors in my life right now, but some of y'all might think I'm crazy, but I actually think this is smart. Go with me, okay? I refuse to go into any sort of debt or take out any sort of loans for my wedding. So I was like, you know what? Let me just start saving now so that when the time comes and when I do meet the man that's gonna be fortunate enough to, you know, wife me up, that I'll have some money set aside so that I can, you know, get the things that I desire and that I want for my wedding, because I don't have to have a current man right now to know that I have a very specific taste, honey, and that there are things that I like a certain way and that I am not ashamed of it and I don't want to be depraved of it just because I don't have the financial situation. So yes, that is what I decided to do. The next thing that I decided to spend my Stimmy on is investing. Woo, 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 woo. This is actually a very new thing for me. I've been going back and forth lately over whether I want to start like investing for pleasure, I guess you can say, or whether I just want to take like literally any sort of extra money that I get and throw it all towards my student loans. Because there are people that are in the camp that's like, you know, you should not start investing outside of your 401k and for retirement until all of your debt is paid off. And there's people that are like, you know, do whatever you want, man, like live your life, like you can still invest and pay off your student loans. And so I've kind of gone back and forth over that for honestly the past few months, and I finally just made the decision, like, you know what, I have a plan to pay off my student loans, and this is an extra chunk of money that I wasn't initially anticipating, you know, and so why not just take some of it and just invest it in something fun. So I have not yet invested it because I'm still trying to do my research and kind of try to discover what the best thing to invest in is. So I do plan on investing $100. It seems like cryptocurrency is definitely a good choice, but I don't know, I also just want to see what else is out there, you know? So if you are someone that is fond of investing, you feel like you found some good like stocks or mutual funds or whatever it is to invest in, then definitely comment below and let me know. I would be interested to check it out and investigate a little bit. All right, y'all, so with the last $70 left in my stimulus check, I decided to split that up between my Roth IRA account and my emergency savings account. So 35 in Roth, 35 in emergency savings. And the reason why I did so little to each account is because on the Roth IRA side, out of every single paycheck that I get, I already take a certain amount out, and it's going towards funding that account. So I just didn't really feel like I needed to do much there. And then when it comes to my emergency savings, I have already saved, I forget if I did 3 months or 6 months of my expenses. But either way, I feel like I'm in a very comfortable position with that, where I don't have to throw like loads of money at it anymore. And so I'm just kind of gradually still building it up. So decided not to put too much money in those. That is all the tea. You officially know everything dollar by dollar that I have spent my stimulus check on. And I'm just curious, like, what sort of things did y'all end up spending your stimulus check on? Definitely make sure that you comment below. I would love to hear from you. Also, before you leave, if you found this video helpful whatsoever, please consider subscribing to my channel, y'all. Like, I am slowly but surely growing. I'm so excited, and I would just love for you to be a part of the community so that we can continue living, learning, and growing together. But that's all I have for this video, and until next time, bye y'all.